Thank you. Good evening, Wareham, and welcome to the joint Select Board and Planning Board meeting of December 3rd, 2024. We are going to call this board to order, then you will call the Planning Board to order. We will then go into the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we will move to go into executive session with the Planning Board, okay?
Should we close the door?
Not yet. May I have a roll call, please?
Yes, tonight present, we have Ms. Corbett, Mr. Bessie, Ms. Whiteside, Ms. Quirk, myself, Jared Chadwick, Town Council, Mr. Bowen, and Mr. Sullivan, Town Administrator.
Thank you. There is a quorum present. May I ask Mr. Schultz to bring his board to order, please?
Welcome to the joint Planning Board, Select Board meeting of December 3rd. I'd like a roll call. Mr. Corbett.
Sam Corbett here.
Julie Moran here.
Jane Gleason here.
Baptiste here.
And the chair, Carl Schultz, is here. We have a quorum present, and we can open the meeting.
Thank you. Mr. Schultz, how about doing the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Can I ask for a moment of silence real quick, if that's okay?
Sure.
Worcester. 25 years ago, 6 firefighters died in Worcester.
That's correct. Yes, moment of silence.
Please. Thank you.
Thank you.
I believe Chief Kelly.
Okay. Again, what we are going to do, we are both in session at the moment, and I will call for an executive session in my board. You will have to call an executive session in your board. Once we have done that, we will clear the room and we will have the audio and video shut off. We will be in executive session for whatever period of time it takes, and then we will take a 5-minute recess from the time that that session is closed so that we can go back into open session. You will not be with us. You can obviously stay, but it will no longer be a joint meeting at that point. Any questions? Nope. I'll have a motion, please.
I move to go into executive session at 6:32 for the reasons listed in the agenda.
Please read them.
Yes, Mass General Law, Chapter 39, 23B, Reason 3, to discuss strategy with regard to litigation if an open meeting may have detrimental effect to the litigation position and the chair so declares. And regarding 27 CPR Solar 1 LLC versus Town of Wareham Planning Board joint meeting with the Wareham Select Board and the Planning Board.
Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Motion made and seconded to go into executive session for the reasons as read. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, I will go for a roll call vote. Ms. Quirk? Aye. Ms. Corbett?
Aye.
Mr. Bessie?
Yes.
Mr.
Yes.
Chadwick? And myself, yes. This board is in executive session.
I am looking for a motion to move the Planning Board into a joint executive session.
So moved.
Second?
Can you read the reasons, if the clerk would read the reasons for the executive session?
MGL Chapter 39, Section 23B, Reason 3, to discuss strategy with regard to litigation if an open meeting may have detrimental effect on the litigating position, the chair so declare. Relative to regarding 27 CPR Solar 1 LLC versus Town of Wareham Planning Board, joint meeting with the Wareham Select Board and the Planning Board.
I have a motion and a second for the reasons stated. Looking for a roll call vote.
Sam Corbett, aye.
Julie Moran, aye.
Jane Gleason, aye.
And the chair votes aye.
And I declare that it is a necessity to do so. Do you so declare as well, sir?
So declare.
Thank you. All right, we will now have the audio and video shut down, and we will be coming back into open session when the executive session has been completed.
Good, I'm good.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
We're in for it now.
Good afternoon, good evening again. We have we've exited the executive session. We are now back in open session, and I am going to ask for the we are going to be reconvening the 7:15 hearing on the tax classification hearing. May I have a motion, please,
We're still in it.
to reopen the tax classification hearing?
I move to reopen the tax classification hearing.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to reopen the tax classification hearing. Is there any further discussion on that motion to reopen? Hearing none, I will go for a roll call vote. Ms. Corbett?
Aye.
Mr. Bessie? Mr.
Aye.
Chadwick?
Yes.
Ms. Quirk? And myself, yes, it is so. Is there anyone here who has not yet spoken on the tax classification issue? Hearing none, I will ask for a motion to close the hearing.
I move to close the hearing.
Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Motion made and seconded to close the hearing. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, I will go for a roll call vote. Ms. Corbett?
Aye.
Mr. Bessie?
Yes.
Chadwick?
Yes.
Ms. Quirk? And myself, yes, the hearing is closed. I will now accept a motion to confirm the vote taken December 19th regarding the tax classification.
I move to confirm the adoption of the residential tax factor voted on November 19, 2024.
Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Motion made and seconded to confirm the vote. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I will go for a roll call vote. Mr. Corbett?
Aye.
Mr. Bessie?
Yes.
Mr. Chadwick?
Yes.
Ms. Quirk? And myself, yes, it is so. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, go back to
Appointments?
appointments. We need to ratify the appointment of Dennis Prano, who is the representative from the Housing Trust, to the Community Preservation Committee. May I have a motion?
I move to ratify the appointment of Dennis Prano to the Community Preservation Committee.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to confirm that appointment. Any further discussion on the motion to confirm? Hearing none, I will go for a roll call vote. Ms. Corbett?
Aye.
Mr. Bessie?
Yes.
Mr. Chadwick?
Yes.
Ms. Quirk? And myself, yes, it is so. And I will accept one motion for the Waymasters, please.
Yes. I move to appoint certified waymasters with a term to expire December 31st, 2025 for, as printed in the agenda, 1 through 8. Want me to put their names too? Danielle Wilecki, Brett Wilecki, Brian Wilecki, Leonard Bissett, Lauren LaFarve, Ricardo Morales, Steve Rivard, and David St. Germain.
Is there a second to the
Second.
motion? Motion made and seconded to approve the Waymasters for the next year. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I will go for a roll call vote. Ms. Corbett?
Aye.
Mr. Bessie?
Yes.
Ms. Chadwick?
Yes.
Ms. Quirk? And myself, yes, it is so.
License and permits. I move for the renewal of the following year-round retail packaged goods store all alcohol beverage license for the year 2025 under the provisions of Chapter 138, Mass General Law, pending all inspections are in order, as printed in the agenda 1 through 7.
Second.
And may I ask you to add the pending all inspections and complete paperwork, including payment?
And paperwork complete and pending payment.
Update my second.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I will go for a roll call vote. Ms. Corbett?
Aye.
Mr. Bessie?
Yes.
Mr. Chadwick?
Yes.
Ms. Quirk? And yes, myself. It is
I
so.
move for the renewal of the following Class 1 license of the year 2025 under the provisions of Chapter 140 of Mass General Law, pending all inspections, paperwork is in order, and fees are paid,
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve is listed. Any
as
further?
printed in the agenda.
As printed on the agenda. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I will go for a roll call vote. Ms. Corbett?
Aye.
Ms. Bessie?
Yes.
Chadwick?
Yes.
Ms. Quirk? Yes, myself, yeah, aye, it is so. Now, you have information in your agenda about the process for calling a town meeting. Can you read that?
Yes, Town of Wareham Select Board. Process for calling a town meeting, October 28th, 2024, Tuesday, August
What do
6th.
you- no, that's the wrong one. That's the
Well, this
wrong one.
is.
I know.
Oh, why
It's
did
the
that?
wrong one.
I have the other, all right, my
You have the right
apologies.
one right here in your
Why is that
agenda. Just ignore it. It's this one in your agenda.
Yep, I got it. I had both of them for some weird reason. Yep. All right, process for calling a special town meeting, January 13th, 2025, Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024. Select Board establishes all dates for completion of the warrant of special town meeting. Friday, December 6th, 2024, last day to post upon the town's principal bulletin board and the town website notice of intention of the Select Board to call a special town meeting for January 13th, 2025, and open warrant Wareham Home Rule Charter 2, 4C. At least 10 days' notice before warrant closes. Tuesday, December 17th, last day for articles and/or petitions to insert into the warrant. 10 days or more after warrant opens. Tuesday, December 17th, Select Board official closes the warrant. Friday, December 20th, 2024, last day to post upon town's principal bulletin board and the town website and deliver a copy of the warrant to the town moderator and to the chair of the Finance Committee, WHRC, Section 2-4D. Monday, January 13th, 2025, commencement of special town meeting.
Excellent.
Just a correction. On the last day for the articles, you had mentioned it as Tuesday, December 17th. I just want to make sure that we correct that to Monday, December 16th.
Yes,
In his reading, it was,
yes,
but in the document, it's
on the
correct.
document, yes. Okay. It should say 16th, yeah. Yes, he has been corrected, okay. Then the other thing is that we do have the notice for the meeting, and can you read this one to the record, please?
I have
Thank
the
you
right
so
one
much.
here. All right. Town of Wareham Select Board, notice of January 13th, 2025, special town meeting, Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Plymouth. To either of the constables of the town of Wareham, greetings. In the name of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, in accordance with the provisions of Division 1, Article 1, Section 3 of the bylaws of the town of Wareham amended, you are hereby directed to notify and warn the legal voters of the town of Wareham that a special town meeting has been called by the Select Board to be held at 7 p.m. on Monday, January 13th, 2025, at which time the business of the town meeting shall be transacted. The warrant for this meeting will open Friday, December 6th, 2024. The last day for submission of articles to be inserted into the warrant is Tuesday, December 17th, 2024,
No,
by 5 p.m.
Yep.
The warrant for this meeting will close on Tuesday, December 17th, 2024, and you are hereby directed to post this notice upon the town's principal bulletin board on or before Monday, September 20th.
okay, I'm sorry, but this again, it should be Monday, December 16th, sorry. We accept them until that time, we close it the next day.
Yep,
Okay. So, may I have a motion to?
I haven't finished reading it.
Oh,
The warrant for
sorry.
this meeting will close on Tuesday, December 17th, 2024. Hereof failed not to
And
make
that's the
to.
wrong date.
You read it again. It's Monday, December 16th.
Monday, December 16th.
No. This is, I know, okay, so this is Friday, December 6th, and this shall read, given under our hands at Wareham, the third day of December in the year 2024, and then we will sign it. So the town meeting is on January 13th of 2025. The warrant will open on December 6th. It will close for submission on December 16th. The warrant will close at our meeting on December 17th, and that's what we are reading into the record. Is there any discussion on that?
Well, I have a question about the town meeting, but not about this process, so I want to wait.
We need to
till-
just get the process
is
done.
over.
Yep,
Okay.
please. Is there a motion to sign all of that?
So moved.
Second?
Okay. Any further discussion on that motion?
Nope.
Hearing none, I'll go for a roll call vote. I know. Ms. Corbett,
Aye.
Mr. Bessie,
Yes.
Mr. Chadwick,
Yes.
and Ms. Quirk, and myself, yes, aye. This is the constable, we have nothing to do with that. Okay. Okay, sorry about that.
So I have a question about the town
The
meeting.
question about the town meeting, yes.
Why are we having it?
We are having the town meeting so that we can have, I know of 4 articles that we will be bringing forth in all likelihood. One is a moratorium on the issue of the ADUs. One may be the question of the designation of seasonal community.
Yeah, the simple answer is the new governor's new laws on
Right.
ADUs goes into effect February 2nd. This is our last bite of the apple to do any sort of local regulation. They still have not put together the seasonal community council that they're supposed to when they enacted this legislation back in August. We certainly are a seasonal community. That could impact us. They're supposed to review other communities that are put in. There's been lack of guidance from the Commonwealth on this. And this is basically our last local opportunity before this all goes into effect.
Okay,
And
can
one of
I,
the big issues
Yeah, go
is
ahead.
that we've been talking about is the current allows for seasonal rentals in both properties, and you don't need anybody to be owner occupied, which we think could potentially flood our town with driving up the higher costs and further driving our residents out that can't afford to live here.
in my humble opinion, because I have looked at the current
Not debating the
information.
issue at the moment.
Madam
Well,
Chair, it'd be
But
nice
I'm not
to-
sure that it's time to do it. The towns need do nothing at this point, according to the regulations, the communications released by the Executive Office of Housing and Livable Communities. So in my humble opinion, I don't think anything needs to go on the warrant for the seasonal communities.
Then we can hold off on that, it's fine, but what they're saying is you can put something in for the seasonal communities, they have done nothing about it. I think we should put a moratorium in there. They're behind
If you
the
feel
on the
that's the best way
ADUs,
to
yeah.
do it, I can say my piece, like you said, at town meeting itself.
Right.
No, and that's what I'm saying is, their law goes into effect on that day.
the ADU law,
Right,
Yep.
the ADU law.
right.
Correct. Part of the ADU law is the seasonal communities.
We'll have to agree to disagree about that.
No, it was in the law, seasonal communities. That's
All right.
part of the whole law,
Okay, okay.
you know, so.
I bow to your greater expertise on that, then.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
So there,
I wish Josh were here, because I wish that there had been public hearings about the ADU and the seasonal communities, if
Yeah.
that's part of it. 'cause
well,
I
they
think
will
it's-
have to have
yeah.
It's a lot
public
to
hearings.
ask.
The planning board will have to.
Yeah.
Right, and that's why I wish someone from the planning office was here. Oh, or town. There should have been public hearings about this. This is a big deal, and it's hard to attack it at one town meeting.
Madam Chairman just gave me a look that would kill.
Yeah,
13 seconds.
I did talk to Josh about this today, and he has a draft bylaw, and he was describing to me the need for the planning board to hold he called it an out-of-sequence hearing in the very near future for the purposes of having a public hearing.
I'm happy about that. Thank you.
thank you. So that is,
Josh's document right here that he's put together that they've
Great.
been working on. So
that's,
it's not something I've created out of the blue.
Yeah.
so that's why we are doing that. So we have now officially let the town know that there will be a special town meeting. I've already let the moderator and the chair of the finance committee know, as well as our employees. Well, let's go back to announcements. Ms. Corbett.
Yes, I do. Can I borrow this?
Sure.
If you're looking for a quick escapist beach read, pick up your copy of the town annual report. I'm serious. There's so much really, really, really interesting, good information in here that answers questions that people think there are no answers to. If you want to know about the town and how it works and what the town boards and committees have been up to for the last year, get this. It's in the Select Board office at Town Hall, and read it. And then tell people that you don't know what the town is doing.
It's also online, and I suggest that you look for it online because there's a limited number of those available.
But this one
yeah.
is really pretty. I used to be in book publishing, so,
The
Coffee table book.
yes.
Marie Garrity in Derek's office, if you will, has been responsible for putting it together for the past several years, and she does a wonderful job.
She did.
It is a report from our office, but she does I'll call it the heavy lifting. Anything else there,
Nope, that's it.
Mr. Bessie?
I'm going to pass tonight.
Okay, Ms. Quirk?
Just a few quick words about the energy siting bill recently signed by the governor. This is going to be very challenging for Wareham for a couple of reasons. One is it's going to put a lot of pressure on the planning board for Wareham to deal with solar cases, that what will be called smaller solar cases, less than 25 megawatts, which is in fact a huge solar case. I don't know how many of them have been in Massachusetts, but the challenge is going to be that Wareham will have to function under bylaws for these cases that are developed at the state level by state authorities. We'll need to conduct cases and resolve them in 12 months or have them automatically approved. And the bright side is that the state legislation talks about some issues that have come up in solar cases in Wareham, including environmental impacts, deforestation, cumulative impacts, and impacts on environmental justice communities. And all of these are good things if they're translated into good bylaws that Wareham can then follow. This would require, I think, a lot of involvement in the development of those bylaws. That will be very time-consuming, and I guess we'll have to see how many resources the town can devote to that. There is huge emphasis on battery storage in this, from easing the process for permitting battery storage, to the state itself getting involved in procurements of battery storage, and a lot of direction to site storage in many parts of the grid. I see this as a bill that is very heavily driven by the renewable energy industry. It's going to be a very expensive bill for the state to afford, and it is, as I said, going to be a very, very difficult issue for this area to work through. So we'll need to develop strategy there. I would also say on a brighter side, it seems that a bicycling committee may be coming together. So I'll be back with some information on that when it is more developed. And on a final note, more organization coming to the twinning issue. In the wake of our visit from the Wareham, England town officials, I think we've all received very nice thank you notes, had a great time with them. They're really looking forward to our visit, and good to see this coming together for the town. And that's it for me.
Thank you.
Only thing I have is 25 years ago tonight, we lost 6 firefighters in Worcester. So hug your families, hug your kids, hug your parents. You never know when they're going to be gone, especially to something as horrible as that. So take a moment tonight, say a prayer, and that's all I have.
Thank you. Okay, I have a lot, naturally. Friday, December 6th at 9 o'clock in the morning, I believe, the book sale will be at the library. It's going to be the 6th and the 7th. It'll be the last book sale of the year. There, on the 6th, there's a kids crafting session from 2:15 to 2:45. Warren's Harbor View is opening for real for all time on the 7th of this month. There have been several soft openings, if you will, or things held there, but they announced that today. The Wareham Police Association is holding its annual Stuff-A-Cruiser on Saturday, the 6th, from 9 to 1, probably at Walmart and Target. There are several Christmas fairs, so you can do your shopping all on Saturday. The Good Shepherd has its fair on Saturday from 9 to 2. The Garden Club has its fair at St. Patrick's from 9 to 2. Trinity Church has a fair from 9 to 2. So I hope that you all can spend some time spending your money in those places, local businesses. On Saturday, from 2 o'clock on, Wareham Village Associates is sponsoring the parade, the Christmas parade. It's on Main Street, rain, shine, snow, and whatever. Thanks to the Municipal Maintenance Department for its awesome decorations in Bessie Park. There's a tree that was decorated, I believe, by the Patrolmen's Association, is that correct?
Yeah, the police.
Police Association. There are candy canes and wreaths all up and down Main Street, and on the Narrows Bridge, there's garlands with decorations. It's just awesome, and it looks really nice. Our Meals on Wheels program, which is a really important part of what the Council on Aging helps put together, is looking for a volunteer this Friday, but it's always looking for volunteers. If you choose to volunteer to deliver meals to those people who are probably homebound or don't drive a whole lot, call 291-3100, extension 6514, and ask for Cheryl. You do get paid 67 cents a mile reimbursement. On the 14th, there are several other things that are coming up, and I'll announce them next week. This Thursday at 6:30 in the middle school, there is a joint hearing, public hearing on the school budget. The Finance Committee, this board, as well as the school committee. And if you really want to have a great time, you gotta walk the halls of Town Hall. Some of the departments have already decorated for Christmas. They are fabulous. And there's a judging, I think, on the 19th of this month. Particularly at the moment, the assessors and the Mr. Foster's office are, I would call them, the ringleaders at the moment. But you can tell that the spirit of Christmas has struck Town Hall. It's really awesome. And I think that's it.
Judith, can I, Ms. Whiteside, can I piggyback on your announcement for a second? This weekend is not only the last book sale of the year, but it's also the cookie sale
That's right, yeah.
and the Christmas ornament sale. So I understand that the cookie sale is always popular, so definitely get there early to get the cookies.
Awesome, great, thank you. Next on the agenda would be Mr. Sullivan's report.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. Hope everybody had a great holiday. You took a lot of the thunder away about what municipal maintenance has done, so well done on that. We were out at the library at, I think it was last week, maybe the week before, talking about the HVAC system, meeting with some of the engineers. There is a substantial amount of work to go through that, including, it looks like, now rehabbing the entire sprinkler system. It's an old style system that needs to be redone as well. So, the building is, when was that commissioned? Was that
I think it's 25 years old.
Yeah.
that was like the early 90s, so yeah, about 30, 32 years old. There are, we spoke to some other communities. There are some newer buildings, they're running into the same issues that are not as old as ours. We're trying to make a decision between a hybrid change because the heating isn't in as tough a shape, but the HVAC is in real rough shape, including really needing to run, really go through, run whole new systems through, which including the paneling, if you will, and such. So our immediate concern is being ready and prepared for this summer to have it up and running with some backup so we don't experience the same mold issue. And we're thinking that this project's probably going to start coming closer into the $3 million range. So there is a significant amount into the library. So that's the good news. The Bayview Park continues to move along. Unfortunately, the cold reality did finally come and set in, so they'll be pausing on some of the cement work, especially with this level. So you'll see some different type of progress there, but they will be up and running again after the, probably for most of the cement will start about mid-March or so is when they get it, and that will be done. We'll try within the next few weeks to take a couple updated photos of what they've done. Really doing an excellent job. Obviously, you're just seeing the staircases and some of the ramps. I was asked about railings. Those will go in at a later date. There will be railings. And we're moving along. I have requested a quote to do the sidewalks in front while they're out there doing the work, sidewalks in front of the pier itself, because you're coming into this whole beautiful area. Then you go to the pier, which is a showcase, and we're going back into these narrow Z-bricks and such. That just, it doesn't look attractive. Almost looks like we did a half-finished shit job. So just try and get a quote on what that would be. While they're out there in stage, it's much simpler to do it now than the future. And it looks like we want to just continue moving on. You'll be doing segments of all those, turning them over to cement year after year. They're better for ADA. We don't have to continuously reset cement, and they look really attractive, the way it's set up. It would be the gray broom swept for everywhere else, obviously not the stamped concrete that's within there. So we're also in the midst of some of the budget season. We've given the guidelines. I believe it's Thursday night is the joint meeting with the school committee, finance committee, and select board. They've been going forth. We gave some guidance of where we see things coming in next year, about 3.75% increase. I do feel that's a little ambitious, given more and more of the news that we're hearing. I think people need to understand when we're talking about state aid, it represents over a full 25% of our annual revenues. So if state aid goes down, it's a good size hit to us. So outside of that, we look forward to, I sent you an email today about something potentially for town meeting, so I'd ask if everybody could please review that. I think it's an important piece of puzzle for the future. So, and that's it.
And liaison initiative? No. Excellent.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second? Motion made to adjourn and seconded. It is not debatable. May I have a roll call vote? Ms. Corbett?
Aye.
Ms. Bessie?
Aye.
Ms. Quirk?
Aye.
Mr. Chadwick?
Yes.
And myself, yes. We are adjourned at 8:20. Thank you, Wareham, and good evening, and stay safe. Oh, it is hunting season. You need to be wearing orange. I don't care what the law says. People do, in fact, hunt in places that they're not supposed to be hunting. And it means that the deer are jumping in front of vehicles on the road. It also means that your dogs, if they're off leash, might look like something attractive for a shotgun. So I'm just cautioning everybody, please, please, please remember that it is hunting season.
And it is illegal to hunt on Sundays, so if you want to go for a walk in the woods, you might consider Sundays.
Thank you. We're adjourned.